ladies and gentlemen, we have with us two young gentlemen who work here as tour guides. We have with us Talal, Tarik and Mahmoud Gouda. Talal, Tarik graduated from the Faculty of Engineering and Mahmoud Gouda graduated from Faculty of Elson, and they work here as tour guides. I'd like to welcome both of you gentlemen. I would start with you, Talal. Now, I have a question for you. Coming here to this very beautiful place, the museum. How can a family, parents, kids spend quality time here at the Air Force Museum?
To be honest, as soon as you come in the museum, they get to experience, they see the venue we have here of the aircrafts. They get to experience the history and the culture from the kids. The kids in general have to, like, they see it firsthand. This is just the outside venue. And then they go into the museum and they get to experience much more with the activities that we provide. So the main aim of all of this is to relay the information to the kids and to the family members that whether it was through the aircraft engineering or whether it's through the actual history that they're learning, it's a cooperation between both of them, between us and the families and the kids, and we try to make them feel at ease, like it's their home.
Yes, and Mahmoud, how can the exhibitions here help visitors thoroughly engage with October Victory? What are the exhibits? How can we go through the October War? How can we capture the spirit of the October War? Because here we have real aircrafts that took part actually in the October War. So how can we do that?
I think we tell the untold part of the war. Here we tell them the history of the aviation and the real aircraft that participated in the war, in the first airstrike, for example. When I tell them this is the actual flight or the actual flight that used by the ex-president or one of the martyrs, this is the actual real flights. We do what I call the untold part of the war. That's the importance of this place.
Yes, and yes, Talal, we have here real airplanes and fighter jets like the ones we have here in the that actually that's really interesting to watch. Inside also there is a flight-like model that the visitors can actually ride and enjoy the trip. They can go inside the aircraft. Tell us more.
Well, first of all, it's the MI6. The MI6 is an activity that we have, and it's also the other activity is the TU. The TU is a simulation one where you're riding into the actual plane, and we have like a simulation of the ocean or the land or whatever is on the screen.
Yes.
That's one of the activities that is there, and that's exactly the plane right next to us.
Yes.
The other activities include the workshop, where we deal with kids mostly in general. We help them understand the aerodynamics or the basics of a plane or an aircraft, and we tend to show them the history through a puppet show. So we deal with kids more or less because we like to. The main aim of the museum is not just to show you our history.
Yes.
It's to show children and to get them excited about learning about this.
About visiting the museum.
Exactly. Not just about understanding our history and wanting to learn more.
Okay.
That's basically me.
And Mahmoud, who is your audience? Who comes here to visit the museum more oftenly? And how do you suit your programs according to your audience?
I believe to say it's not just the kids or it's for the whole family. But okay, maybe in one place or more we focus on the kids, we try to teach them something. But when I come to talk about the history of the aviation or the history of the aircrafts, I mean the parents interested more in this. But we focus on the kids, of course, more, but we suit our program for both. Okay, for example, if I have the amount of kids, if a very big amount of kids, I try to teach them how the aviation started. I try to give them a new way to study aviation, to know about the aircrafts, to know more about the history of this place.
Yes. And Talal, as we stand here, we have right behind you the main hall of the museum.
Yes, indeed.
And films, 3D films are displayed inside this hall. Tell us more about it.
Essentially, we show the screen in the Glory Hall. The Glory Hall has a big venue where it shows the past leaders and current leaders of the Air Force. The 3D movie is basically just a short film showing the missions that were taken in the October War, 1973. and it shows what the simulation is a mixture of the simulation and real shots, but it gives an idea of the things that
So they
people
get
don't
to
know.
feel that like they are inside the war. They are interactive.
Yes, they see what's happening, because
Yes.
we at that time I don't think they had a real life like
Yes.
images.
Yes.
But this is a simulation showing exactly what was happening in the war.
Yes.
So that's when I didn't see it the first time, I didn't know.
So
about
what's the feedback you get after they watch the 3D movies?
It's not more about the feedback, but they
actually
want to know more.
excited, yes.
They're excited. As soon as they're up in the workshop, they want to know more about the planes. They ask a lot of questions about the planes. What about this? And we tend to have like a response with them where we have a game and we ask them questions, so we could have an incentive for them to actually pay attention and learn more about their history.
That's really interesting. I'd like to thank you very
No
much
problem.
both,
It's our pleasure.
Talal
It's our
Tarik
pleasure.
and Mahmoud
It's our
Gouda.
pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Interesting.